Good morning and welcome to this week's Reset for Life moment. My friend Jason has been teaching me how to play tennis. Besides being a really fast game, tennis is also super hard to play with all of the top spins and the undercuts. And on top of that, the scoring system is ridiculous. It's really very different. The first point that you score is called 15. The next point is 30 and the next point is 40. And when you have no points, it's actually called love, which is really strange to me because I'm not loving it when I don't have any points. I mean, you feel me? If you get to 40 and your opponent has less than you have, then when you score the next point, there is no number for it, you just win. If, however, your opponent has 40, then it's called deuce. And here's where things get really interesting. From deuce, whoever gets the next point, it's called their advantage. So it might be advantage Sam or advantage Jason. Actually, it's usually advantage Jason, but we're not here to talk about that right now. Back to tennis. When you have the advantage, that means that the next point that you score, you win the game. If your opponent happens to score the next point, then it's back to deuce again, and somebody again tries to press for the advantage in order to get one up on their opponent and try to win the game. Now, I got to be honest with you. I love playing sports. I love the competitive part of it as it gets the juices flowing, and it's really fun to beat somebody or at least go down trying. Here's the reality though. Sport is not life, and life is not sport. You see, sport is designed for entertainment. Sport is designed for a break from real life. And often when we take some of the principles of sport and we put them into real life, we end up causing damage and hurt to other people. You see, different from tennis, in life our advantage is not meant to be pressed or to be selfishly used. In fact, when we do so, when we press our advantage over someone else's disadvantage, we end up hurting them. As a human race, and especially as Christians, we should be taking our advantage and helping others. That principle of taking what you have or what I have and using it to help others is seen countless times throughout the Bible. And today I really want to take you to Isaiah chapter 58, verses 6 to 7, where God reminds us that we are supposed to use our advantage to help other people who are actually disadvantaged. Listen to what it says. It says, "Free those who are wrongly imprisoned. Lighten the burden of those who work for you. Let the oppressed go free, and remove the chains that bind people. Share your food with the hungry and give shelter to the homeless. Give clothes to those who need them, and do not hide from relatives who need your help." This verse, of course, is assuming that it is within the power of the reader to do those things because they have an advantage over someone who's at a disadvantage. We are supposed to take care of one another, not beat them down as we would in sport. We are supposed to use our advantage for them, not against them, as we would in sport. The goal in life is equality, not winning, as it is in sport. Extending love and care in tangible ways is really what the Christian should be doing. We should be feeding others. We should be finding them shelter, fighting against injustice in their lives, showing them compassion, sharing with them what we have, and it shows other people that we are willing to use our advantage to help their disadvantage. This attitude makes the world a better place, and it ultimately honors God in the process. Of course, the advantage for us, if we do this to others, is found in verses 8 and 9. It says, "Then your salvation will come like the dawn, and your wounds will heal quickly. Your godliness will lead you forward, and the glory of the Lord will project from you, will protect you, I'll get it right, from behind. Then when you call, the Lord will answer, and he will say, 'Yes, I am here.' He will quickly reply." Ultimately, friends, God honors and blesses us when we honor and bless others. He invests in us when we invest in others. The principle from this passage applies to us who have white skin. White privilege can also be understood as white advantage. And if you are white like me, you should be taking that advantage and using it to help other people, not to beat others or win against them. You know, earlier this week, I saw a picture of a church sign in Oakville, and the sign read, "White Pride." I can't even begin to tell you the anger that I felt over that. It's obvious to me that the pastor doesn't even read their Bible. You see, the color of my skin should never be used as an advantage over someone else. Instead, the biblical principle is that I would use my advantage to serve someone else. The principle from this passage, of course, also applies to us who have more money, to those of us who have more health, or to those of us who have any more advantage in any other way. In fact, if you have more of anything and you see someone else in need, the Christian response, and I would even argue the human response, is to share what you have with others, to make sure that you don't press your advantage, but that you create a more equal playing ground for everybody. Sport is not life. We should not be playing to win over others. It will only serve to destroy the basic human nature. See, humans weren't designed to live a dog-eat-dog kind of a life. Instead, we were created with the capacity to extend love and care, to protect and comfort others in their moments of greatest need. Today, I'm actually repping our virtual vacation day camp. You can see it by my shirt. It's happening this week, all this week on our YouTube channel at Discover CLC. Our summer students have done an incredible job of preparing for this, and I'd certainly encourage you to check it out. We've heard back from a number of you. Your kids are absolutely loving it and enjoying it, so please check it out. A reminder for you parents who have registered your kids that the booklets that you receive do have a Timmy's card in the back of the booklet, so make sure you don't throw them out. One last reminder for you as well that this Sunday we are only having one service, and we've changed the time to 10 a.m. as we have always had it at before this whole COVID thing hit. Immediately following the service, we're also going to be holding our annual business meeting, and so if you are an official member of CLC, we really need you to be in attendance for this meeting so that we can have a quorum and hold some very necessary board elections. All right, that is my Reset for Life word for today. Hope you have a great day. God bless.